So you all, um, actually, you have to be, yeah, you'd be 10 feet, but you all vanish. And let me see how teleport works. So if she has to roll
So
for it.
she doesn't have to roll for it since she has an associated object with the place she's
Okay.
going. So it's just an automatic works.
All right. So you guys all vanish and then look down, and there's a water beneath your feet, and you fall in it.
I'm I'm immediately gonna fly up and click the immovable rod with a rope tied to it so that people can grab on.
You what?
I'm gonna immediately fly up because Hanokh has the flying boots, and he's gonna because like I said, I had the immovable rod with a rope tied to it already. I'm just gonna put the immovable rod in the air with a rope tied to it so that
Okay.
people can just hold on to that.
Okay.
Is this like a Scooby Doo thing where we just stay in the air and look down? We just suddenly drop.
Yeah.
And then I'm immediately gonna go to my sister, who I'm assuming is right in front of me, and I'm gonna free her.
Okay. What do you have to free her?
Well, first I'm gonna cast Healing Word for my wand.
Okay.
Just one single charge, just to wake her up.
Okay.
So that would be 1d4 plus my spellcasting modifier. A 4 plus 5 is 9.
Okay. You see her eyes open. She begins gasping for air.
And so she's tied to the immovable rod through these bricks and ropes tied through them.
Yes. Her hands are tied to rope, which has bricks on the end of it. So it's basically like holding her upside down. Um, and then her legs are tied to the rod.
Okay. Fly on her. So third level. And then I'm just gonna. I have a dagger. I'm assuming I could cut the ropes and cut her free.
Actually, in that amount of time, she's actually gonna. You hear like rough coughing, and you can see her face is red from being upside down for so long. She says, "Don't cut the rope; it's trapped."
Oh. Okay. How's it trapped?
It's enchanted. You'll have to
Oh.
dispel it in some way.
Anyone have dispel magic on them?
We're in the water. We're falling.
Isn't that your thing?
I didn't prepare dispel magic today. I don't think.
I'm gonna
I
start
don't
swimming toward
have-
the shore.
I don't have dispel magic. Let me see if anyone else does. Oh, you're going to the shore.
Yes.
All right.
I assume it's gonna take us a while to swim out that way, so
Yeah, half speed. It's roughly a mile away.
oh yeah, it's
So
gonna take
you a little
forever.
bit. Yeah, but you begin the process. Seeing if Ballora has it.
I mean, I can, short rest to get my recall back. She just have to sit out there for an hour.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. So nobody, no, Ballora, Beatrice, none of them have it.
No, none of them.
Okay, well, I say I should have had. Exactly, I only had counter spell prepared. Then, well, is
You
there
don't have
anything
that
else I can
prepared
do?
now either.
No, I do counter spell wouldn't work anymore. I don't think there's anything I can really do. I don't have Dimension Door prepared because. Oh, this. Oh, Ergius has Dimension Door.
Does it
Current
look like there's anything in
location.
the lake before I get too far away here? Like,
Make a perception check.
I don't get too far away and have, giant squid come up or something.
I don't know how could I help with Dimension Door.
Because you can take a creature because she's gnome. She's your size. You could grab onto her and then Dimension Door 200 feet away.
It's a unnatural 20.
Okay. You, even through the dark waters, you can see there are fish swimming around, but nothing that appears to be dangerous.
You must be within 5 feet of the creature. Can he? Can so? Can I touch her without the spell going off?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Ergius, would you be willing to grab onto her and dimension door?
But I climb up the rope too.
I could probably carry you, or well, I mean, I'm not that strong, but you're right. Never mind.
We're the same.
I mean, I could cast.
size.
He only has to be within 5 feet of her, so I could just move the movable rod next to her, and he could climb up the rope.
Yeah, I could climb up, I guess.
All right. So you're gonna climb up. You're gonna climb up the rope. Ergius.
Yeah.
With Hanokh's help, make a athletics check with advantage.
I'm gonna have all of us back the hell away from this before he, while he's hanging out to the rope. Just
I rolled a 2 and a 3. +1.
Your hands are really slippery. You cannot get a grasp of this rope. You slide up, slide down, climb up, and slide down again.
I was a good pee. Sorry.
All right. I can't believe I missed the spell slot in this.
Could you like drop her down with the movable rod?
Well, she said if I cut the ropes, this happens to her?
Yeah, like she could stay tied up.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because I could just unclick the immovable rod, she'll fall down, and then he could just grab her and teleport, if that's not going to trigger the trap.
She specified the rope.
Okay, well then I guess that's what I'll do. And,
okay. So you fly up and click it?
Yeah, I have everybody else start swimming for shore, and I wait till they're a couple 100 feet away.
Okay. So you back up like a bomb's gonna detonate,
yeah,
and you click it.
I click it, and then as she drops, I'm going to immediately just go straight up into the air.
Could you hold the rod as it's falling, so it's descent?
I mean, I would have to be my weight on it, and Hanokh's really good at holding things.
I mean, slow down a little bit so she doesn't plummet.
Oh, I could cast Featherfall on her.
Okay.
I mean, she's only falling. She's only 10 feet up, right?
Yep.
Well, she wouldn't be able to swim. I'd have to
Yeah, you just have to grab her. As long as she's within 5 feet of you, she could dimension door with you. You don't have to actually be touching her.
So is there a shore within 500 feet?
Nope. It's 1,000 feet, or no, 1,000, a mile away.
Oh, that's not even the 10th.
I'll tie a rope around me and throw it to Ballora.
Okay.
I mean, so the whole point is you can get away from whatever trap is going to be triggered, and then you guys can swim. Or if you guys have trouble, I'll cast Fly on you.
So how many people can you cast Fly on?
I can cast up to 3 people if I need to use my 6th level.
April says I have water breathing.
Yeah. I guess cast water breathing on all of us.
Walk along the seafloor.
How deep is the lake?
It's pretty deep.
All right, so you get a dimension door then, or do you want water breathing before we do this?
I mean, water breathing would probably... It would still swim toward the shore.
Alright. Avarice then?
Okay. Avarice casts water breathing, and then he's like, oh, I forgot I can turn into a giant eagle now. And he does that.
Alright.
So he's going to try to pick... doesn't have great strength, but he's going to try to pick 2 people up.
He can pick them up maybe if they need help, but I'm going to say everybody get away. You ready, Ergius?
What was that? I'm so far away now.
You ready, Ergius?
Are you activating the trap on the ropes?
I'm dropping her down.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the immovable rod since nobody really needs it anymore with the rope, put it in the bag of holding, and then I'm going to tell her to brace herself for this. And I'm going to click the rod and then move as quickly as I can up.
Okay. So you click the rod, and she begins to fall down.
Yeah.
And she splashes in the water. Aegis, you're casting Dimension Door.
Yeah, I'll.
Okay. So both of you go 500 feet, I believe it was, close to the shore. Nothing seems to have happened.
Cool.
You do see when you took her with you, the rope did not come with it.
Okay.
Because this is just normally her like possession.
It did not count as worn equipment.
Yeah.
So she finds swimming, or would I have to like have her lay down and swim? Like,
You what?
would I have to like have her like? Did she find swimming, or would I have to like paddle her? And
She's looking pretty beat up. I mean, she can swim, but
There's a giant eagle, right?
how much I could help, or if I'm closer towards Corian. I assume he's like swim out pretty far.
Yeah, sure. Just
Oh,
throw,
yeah.
throw her around with Ballora.
Oh yeah, the too. Oh. But you said she's having trouble swimming though.
Yeah, but she's like gave her a rope tied to me.
so he's got her, and then who else was taking going with Aegis?
I'd probably say Urgius, right? Because he's small, he's gonna have lower speed, and he's also the lightest weight. So I know it can
Okay.
fly.
Oh, actually, what am I talking about? She can fly too, because you cast a fly on her too, right?
I didn't cast it yet. I stopped because
Okay.
when she said when the moment she woke up, she said, "Don't cut the ropes."
Okay.
So
So Aegis and her both get on, and actually, I believe Aegis flies pretty quickly, so he's actually going to go to the shore and actually come back.
well,
Because you guys are actually going at 30 feet. Well, I guess 60 if you're dashing, but he's going at 120 while dashing.
Halved because we're swimming.
Oh yeah, I was thinking for some reason. Yeah, so you'd be actually going 30. Yeah.
Drostan is having none of this. He hates the water. He is blinking as fast as he can to the shoreline.
Nice.
Just like popping in and out of existence over and over and over again.
You hear a bark, and then you hear a quieter bark.
Yeah.
As he thinks forward.
And he's catching up with Corian. Corian, you see a dog blinking out of existence and passing you.
Just breathing heavy because I am swimming in full armor.
It's pretty rough, but not as bad as you've had. So
Imagine
Aegis
Laura's struggling, right? She's got all that armor on.
Blora is.
Yeah, I'm dragging her too.
She is not doing great.
if I see Corian straight, I'll go up to him because I'm flying. I'll say, "Corian, do you want me to cast fly on you?"
I'm good.
Okay. I'm gonna go in immediately after you get my sister to shore because you said that's who you're grabbing first. I'm gonna immediately tend to her. Does she still have her gear on her? Like, does she have a bow on her back or anything like that?
She does, which you saw in the dream too. Averus actually goes and collects everybody else. Actually, he'd get. Yeah, everybody made it back. Corey would probably be able to swim the entire distance. But if not, the eagle comes and picks him up. So you guys are now on the shore.
I'd like to peer around for danger.
Make a perception check.
Ooh. I see everything. 25.
25. You give a good scan of this beach that you're on. You're soaked in water, and you can hear the crashing waves right by you. But looking around the sand and past to the grasslands, you actually don't see anything. You do see it looks like something that was once a village, but you can see looks like there weren't a lot of houses, maybe 15 at most. Small village, but all of them are burnt.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go up out of the sand, and then shuck out of everything and wring out my
And
clothes.
what'd you say?
I'm gonna shuck out of everything and wring out my clothes.
Get dry.
Yeah. I don't know how adamantine reacts to water, so I better give that a good scrub down.
Can I remove water with prestidigitation?
You actually can, yeah.
Okay. It's usually for like small little things, so I'll press him. I'll dry clean him.
Of course, this would happen immediately after buying my nice new outfit.
Right?
Yeah, I'll dry clean everybody.
Yeah. Well, I'll stop taking off my clothes then.
It's like
You
a
bought
blow dryer.
Mhm.
Bought it the whole store, didn't you?
Yeah, because I mean Ballora is a cleric, so she'll and Avarice too, of course. So they're probably better. I'm not proficient in medicine, so they're the best ones to actually tend to my sister.
I'm pretty proficient in medicine too, so
Yeah, they got all
Let's
the
see.
big healies.
I have
Avers pulls out some bandages.
let me find
I
it
still
on
have
here.
a normal potion of healing.
I'll give her a potion of healing as well, since I have 11 of them.
You have like a rack beneath your cloak.
I've got it's like Resident Evil 5. What
I
are you
have-
selling?
so many healing potions, it's ridiculous.
How many would you like to give to her?
One.
One, okay. So she'll roll this. Oh, that's good. She got 9 points of healing back, so she's now at 18.
So
You can see the bruising's still there, but she's feeling a lot better than she did.
All the different kinds I have 22 healing potions.
Jesus, I don't know what Hanokh has.
I'm ready to bathe in it when things go bad, so just gonna fling myself on my bag in the middle of the fight. Roll around in
Squish.
potion.
I mean, Ballora could drop like some cure wounds on her, right?
She actually can, yeah.
Can you
Says,
turn
hold
healing
still.
potions to splash potions?
She rolled a 2 and a 1.
Nice.
That is, I think that's. Let me see.
Suppose her spellcasting modifier, so
Yeah, 7. 7 points.
the
Worse
potion of
than
healing
the
was
potion.
more effective.
I think you can get like
Alright.
mutations and stuff if you mix too many potions, so it'd be interesting to roll around in all the different things I have all at once.
He turns into a chromatic dragon,
Uh,
the true big bad of the campaign. So yeah, so I dry clean everybody, and then ask my sister what happened.
she says, I actually don't remember. I was on my weekly hunt in the forest, right outside New Wiston, maybe 20 miles at most. And I assumed I was knocked out. Some man woke me up later as I was hanging there. Took many swings at me and left me there to die.
Do you say anything to you, other than like wake up?
No, he told me where I was at, what my situation was. That's how I actually learned. I probably got the information that the rope was enchanted from him.
So he told you the rope was enchanted?
Yes.
God, this guy loves the monologue.
That's about it. He told me what he was planning on doing with you all. He said he was planning on having you guys come here. He didn't say much else, but he said he was going to go meet someone named Agrok. And then he went back to the village over there, or well, here now.
Well, we might as well explore that village then if that's where Agrok's from. Tarnum, is part of your visions involve this village with that stone you're looking for?
That was the
I
vision
wasn't
we
looking
all
for the
shared.
stone.
You're not looking for the sunstone?
No.
Okay.
I need to cut this entity down because I'm looking for the gland, right? DM, that's what you said to me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I need Agrok's gland.
Well, I give her the short version of what's been going on.
The short version. It takes you a little bit to explain it.
I mean, I can give you it, but I figured you might want to, skip
Yeah.
over that.
She says, that's interesting. That's what you've been doing these past 6 months or so?
Yeah, I'm an incredibly powerful wizard now. I mean, I was already incredibly powerful wizard, but now I'm like an incredibly powerful wizard.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Oh man, is
See?
she like he is?
He's the Grand Wizard Hanokh. I'm just like laying down there.
Yeah.
Look, I can fly now.
If she's very impressive. If only our parents and your brother could see you too.
Yeah, we haven't made it back to New Whistleton yet. They're not still trying to get me married, are they?
That I don't know of. They're doing pretty well though. They started helping out with the new excavation in the city, and Brepost is actually continuing the family business now.
What new excavation?
Didn't nobody told you? They found something with a. They said it was like a large arcane energy beneath the city, so they're trying to excavate to find it. Grab the entire city's attention.
I get really. You said large arcane energy beneath the city?
Yeah,
Do you have any idea what
it's
it
a whole
is?
top in the city.
Is it black sparkles or anything?
No, I don't know anything about it.
I
In
think
fact,
it's a bad thing.
most of the people there, as far as I know, don't know what it is.
I think it's a bad thing. Like a really bad thing.
Well, shouldn't we find out though?
Yes, obviously. But oh man, we got dragons, magical things. I mean, are they close to getting to it, or is this like probably a couple weeks before they get down there? Have you heard?
I have no idea actually.
I look to Tarnum.
It started a couple weeks ago though, the excavation.
I go. I don't think we're powerful enough to take down an ancient red dragon.
Well, how do you propose dealing with Silenor? He's not gonna leave this dragon.
What's his goal with this dragon? Do you know anything about it from your visions? Like, is he trying? Because he's definitely trying to summon one of a god. Like, he's got one of the little magical. He's probably got one of those magical stones. He's trying to summon his god. Do you know anything about his particular ritual?
The funny thing is, before we left for this place and your nice sister there was kidnapped, I was actually going to ask you if you'd be willing to do some research on Agrok for me.
Well, I could definitely do that. So I don't think I've told you guys much about New Whistleton, have I?
Other than the fact that it's meant to be the best place on this Aldonus.
Well, obviously, but New Whistleton was founded as a city that basically the original inhabitants. The original inhabitants of New Whistleton, when they found the cave that the university lives in, um, killed a dragon, an ancient green dragon.
Do you think
So,
this that could relate to anything?
well, there could be definitely. I think New Whistleton would be definitely a good place to do research at, and from there we could contact Marfall to do research as well for us.
Well, if there's some sort of powerful artifact, fight one thing with another.
Well, powerful artifacts is kind of our big, is kind of our dealio, and I don't know. I think if we need to do research, I think that's the best place to go. What do the rest of you guys think?
There is a city being torn apart by a red dragon and a crazy guy right now.
I mean, New
Do we have a
Whistleton
way to
also
get there?
has. It's actually a favorite dragon because of its good alignment. I mean, we don't have a way to get there right now, and yeah, we could try getting the members of, like, there are incredibly powerful wizards. I mean, way more powerful than I am that live in my city. They definitely would probably want to try to put a stop to this.
Yeah, if we want to
I would
stand a
hope.
chance, need all the
I would
help.
hope.
How are we going to get to New Whistleton from here?
That's the magic of teleportation circles. That is the first teleportation circle I know.
Do you think these wizards would really want to go and fight, though? You know, would they want to leave their city of safety to face almost certain death?
Okay. Honestly, the council that runs the university does tend to look out in its self-interest more than anything else. You have to understand that we're a bastion of knowledge and powerful
You're
arcane
vain, basically.
No, we're not vain. We are not vain. Okay, we're. I looked at my sister. Would you say we're vain?
You
I'm
put
typing
yourself
something
and
real
your
quick.
knowledge first.
I mean, if we need
An
to
ancient-
convince them, we could say the dragon could cut if
They
they don't find it there.
You're cowards and selfish. I say. I'll say, like, one of the primary motivations for the university is the acquisition and safeguarding of powerful magical knowledge and artifacts. Silenor, with his orb that can summon a god potentially, is something the university would be incredibly interested in. An ancient red dragon is definitely something the university would be very interested in, particularly its horde.
Silenor has the orb to the far realm. I'm not having that sit in some museum where people can play with it. It needs to be destroyed once we've got it.
Well, we can talk about that after we get it, but I mean, we can't even make a decision of what to do with it until we have it in our hands. All I'm saying is we aren't powerful enough to take this thing down, no matter how many times Courtney can hit it with its sword.
So we're just going to let it tear a city apart while we sit and wait?
Well, we have no way to even get to that city quickly, so
It's like a day's ride away.
The city will probably be gone by then, you think?
I mean, potentially, if we go to New Whistleton, we could find somebody willing to teleport us to that city.
How far away from here is New Whistleton right now?
I can literally teleportation circle us there in about a minute. There is a horse spell, but I didn't bring the carriage with us.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying about this being dangerous and probably a bit too much for us to handle, and I agree, but...
We all don't have to go to New Whistleton.
This is true. You want to split the party?
Yeah.
I think it may be the case that we die trying.
I don't want to split the party. If you guys want to go and check out the city first, I will definitely do that.
Well, we don't have to confront the dragon directly. We can
Do research and
guerrilla warfare it.
Yeah.
What are your ideas on that, Corey?
Oh, well, we cause as much damage to them and get people out as we can without directly confronting it.
Like a rescue mission?
Find where Silenor sleeps.
So we'd be this distraction for saving one city?
Aren't we always?
Averus, you know a lot about dragons, right? Aren't they really vain creatures that tend to operate on their own? There has to be something, some sort of deal between Silenor and this dragon for it to even want to help him in the first place. Or he has some element of control.
Even if there was a deal between them, dragons rarely ever take up their end of the bargain. They'll try to find a way to cheat out of it at the end to gain their self-interest.
That could work to our advantage.
You said, was it dragon looking for the Sunstone? Was it the dragon that spoke, or was it...
Yes.
Okay. So I assume that's what Silenor promised the dragon.
But what does Silenor get out of the deal? That's what I'm confused about. What does he get out of it? What, he gets a dragon to cause destruction?
Power for the orb?
Possibly.
Does he have to repower the orb since we shut down their last thing?
Well, it's a different orb.
Each of these orbs need, because I would know this from my previous research, each of these orbs need a powerful amount of energy to open up these gateways. That's why they've been doing all these crazy rituals.
Do you think Silenor can have some control over him?
He may have struck a bargain with him.
I'm sure there's some way to control a dragon.
She said that she saw Silenor walk to this ruined village to talk to. Was the village ruined when she saw it? Like before she started hanging there? Because she saw which direction he was going, right?
Actually, let me see.
So I'm wondering is like, did this dragon just totally destroy this village after Silenor decided to go, hey, what's up, buddy? Nat 3, okay.
It was really dark out, and I barely had my eyes open.
Well, I think before we get... but he said that he was going to go to the village to talk to him.
Peter B.
I think we should check out the village before we leave.
I think this might be the dragon's lair.
Or it could be...
I don't think a village would be his lair.
It could give us some clues, though, about it.
It's either that or New Liston.
Or no, it's that, or we go on. I'm going to tell my sister, are you up for trying to help take down a dragon, like, in terms of levels? Is she like, up there with us, or is she more like a very low-level character?
Let me send you her sheet.
Okay.
She's a civilian.
So she's level 2.
Because I'm going to say, like, I could send her back to New Whistleton and have her, like, alert people if she's going to be a liability in the field.
This village is like 15 burnt buildings, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yep.
Is the ground scorched as well, like it's been hit by a dragon, or does it just look like the buildings have been burnt?
Is it still smoking?
Make a nature check.
Nature. Jeez. What is my nature? That's a 10.
This won't be this won't be a very high DC. You do see the ground itself is scorched, and normally when there's a fire, normally goes building to building, you can actually see marks of like linear path in the ground. This doesn't appear to.
All right, so this is an attack fire, not a arson.
Can I roughly work out how long ago it might have been?
Make this to be survival.
Natural 20, 27.
Natural 20. This actually, this appeared to be about a day and a half ago.
So they might not know
Still
where the
warm.
sunstone is at. They just know it's in this general area. I mean, not that we know what the sunstone is, but um, since they burnt this place to the ground and now they're at Emberbreak, maybe they're just going from village to village looking for it.
Ember Break's a city.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Seems a bit of an upgrade, though, doesn't it, to go from a village of 15 houses to a city?
Well, but I mean, the village would be easier to search and
True.
check off the list.
I wonder if the Sunstone is in possession of somebody and they're searching for someone.
That could be.
I do.
You were told that.
Okay, so the dragons tried once before and not succeeded. Do I know why it failed? Did somebody stop it, or
First off, it wasn't an ancient dragon back then, and
Right.
Oh, jeez. So, 300 years ago.
it was a long time ago.
Fire Nation attacked.
And it was way overconfident.
Long ago in a distant.
Okay, so then.
And did I gave you? I think I gave you guys the basic introduction to Ember Break when you guys were in Castrum. Do you guys still have that? If not, I can give it back to you.
No. I don't think we
No.
ever learned anything about Emberbreak.
No, we didn't.
No.
I don't think.
Yeah, I'll grab the introductory bit and send it to you.
I think the only thing we had about Emberbreak was that one.
Because I'm pretty certain you asked Helen about it in the inn.
who's that?
That's the woman we rescued off the ship.
No,
Oh.
that's Emily.
She came
Helen
from
is the
Emberbreak.
innkeep. Yeah, Emily told you a little bit about it too. But I'll send you real quick.
Let's see, I might wrote it in my Marfall
What time do
section.
you have to quit, Hayden?
Actually, I'll be ending pretty soon. Just gotta find this.
So do I know what stopped this, or anything about what happened 300 years ago?
Like I said, you just knew it was overconfident, and the city managed to actually beat him. He
Okay.
did manage to escape.
Can I make a history check for Ember Break in this story?
Go for it.
Okay.
So has the city changed since then?
18?
18. Okay. You actually know Hanokh and Tarnum. You know it's the oldest city, not just on this continent, and actually all of the material plane. It is known as the City of Two Thrones because it is actually not geographically, but politically split in half. There is a king on the left side and a queen on the right side that rule each of their halves, but it's still considered one city.
I would explain the armor.
Mm-hmm.
I was worried we were getting teleported to Wonderland.
I was gonna say it's like the RuneScape.
Yeah. This isn't the biggest city. It's second biggest. Amberall is actually the biggest city.
Not anymore, it's not.
No. But this city is the main port for sky-ships.
I would have
And
heard of it then from my
Skyships.
East days, because there was an airport there, so...
there is another port in East Haven too.
Time for a new career path.
I think it's something else. Oh yeah, similar to East Haven, Palor is, at least in the western half, is one of the most followed deities. That's about most of the basic use that you guys attain.
So has the city like upgraded its defensives since last time the dragon attacked? I assume like like structurally changed?
You haven't been there. You're not sure.
Okay.
I mean, you can assume, but
I'll bet we could take an ancient red dragon if we had an airship.
Wouldn't it
Or-
just burn the airship down to the
Is
ground?
there an airship port at New Whistleton?
oh no, nope, not there.
Are they more like blimps, or are they actually like? I don't know.
Make a history check of it.
I don't think I've ever seen them.
Okay, well if they're blimps, then that's a little harder to take a dragon with.
19, I guess.
15. They actually closely resemble actual ships on the water, but they have arcane objects located on the rear side of it and on the bottom. I believe it's called the hull, that help keep it afloat in the sky. And they're actually quite a few of them can get to pretty high speeds too.
So
Okay.
we steal an airship and we crash it into this dragon, and then we steal another airship because I want one.
We have two flying side by side and crash one and jump to the next one.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, we could pay for it.
Because I don't have that much money.
Can we take this and it's for saving people?
Oh, you know the dragon that's
Airships-
attacking your city right now?
Yeah.
Airships are slow. That's the only disadvantage with them.
Some of them can be pretty fast though.
Yeah, but they're not like gonna go probably above maybe 50 miles an hour tops.
Well, that's still way faster than we can travel now.
How fast do dragons go?
They can
Very
go
fast.
120 feet in 6 seconds.
Ember Break doesn't have a teleportation circle, does it?
I think it has one, but it's shut down, right?
No, Emperor does have one.
It's operational?
You guys just don't know it.
We just don't. Yeah, we just don't know it.
I'm gonna use a. Can I use the sending to contact? I mean, I would assume New Whistleton would have access to that, right?
Potentially.
What would be, because Hanokh would know this, but I wouldn't know this. Is it possible for Hanokh to go to New Whistleton and then purchase access to that teleportation circle? Or could he do it in Marfall? Because he gain access to a couple circles of Marfall. I think Marfall didn't know Ember Break, so right, because I can only buy it for cast or some.
No, they. Oh, did they? I don't think. No, I think they did. They said Amber was the one they didn't have because they had no contact to it.
Right, and that was the closest to Amber Wall.
I don't recall ever saying that Ember Break wasn't available.
Okay, so could I get it in Marfall?
You could.
I mean, that'd be the fastest way then.
You're adamant on going and getting that spell, aren't you?
What? Oh, my haste spell? I mean, we could basically. I mean, I could go. Basically, that's the fastest way to get there is to get a teleportation circle spell there. Question is do we want to go to Marfall to get it or New Whistleton?
Do we want to teleport into the city though?
Oh, that's true too.
I feel like we need to come in from the outside to scout things.
I agree.
So we should just start walking now.
How
I know.
far away is it? Do we know roughly?
Actually, let me see the map.
Yeah, when we looked at the map, wasn't too.
It was fairly
far.
close.
So we either go to New Wilton and war them and fight the dragon, or we go to the city and crash an airship into it.
I don't think they're going to leave their city. I think they care more about their knowledge and staying
If they
alive.
if they want to protect it, then we tell them that the dragon's gonna come for them eventually. Then they'll probably want to defend it.
They'll want to defend their own city.
You know, there is a possibility that stone is in New Whistleton.
You think that's what that arcane thing is?
See, we're right here,
No,
and Emberbreak is right here.
there's a strong possibility that if it isn't in these cities, it's going to be in New Whistleton.
And I think this distance, if the map is anywhere accurate, was like 30 miles. So it's less than that. So half a day to a day and a half, the DM says.
Yes, this map is a little. The size is a very tiny bit off, so it'd be about a day to a day and a half if you were walking, unless you have a different kind of transportation.
I mean, if we have some way of, would we want to have some way of bringing Silenor to New Whistleton to make the threat real? Just not tell them it was us.
Minor illusion it.
Like I said, there seems to be a lot of unknowns with this. So, I mean, if we can get some recon, I can scry on this city too tonight, since I've seen it now.
Would Silenor go for any other cities? Like, we don't know where he's going.
Well, he's already been part of a destruction of Amber Wall. He's tore down this village and now destroying another city. I think he'll destroy every city till he finds what he's looking for.
I agree.
So, do you think he'd go for the gnomes next?
Quite possibly.
Maybe he'd know they'd have like tons of research and knowledge, so maybe they'd have some idea.
Oh, he would definitely know that.
I feel like if you have some wizards that are grander than the Grand Wizard Hanokh,
The New Whistleton could probably survive an ancient red dragon attack. Well, the university can at least.
it doesn't have to be inside the city.
Yeah. Well, we can easily teleport back to New Whistleton if we want to. So if we could just start traveling and see what we find when we get there. And if we need to get to New Whistleton, it's literally a minute away at any moment.
Okay, well, let's start walking toward Emberbreak then.
We're not going to investigate this town here any
Oh,
further?
sorry, I forgot about this town.
This town?
I'll do a flyby. Can I do like a flyby investigation through the town?
Mm-hmm. Go and roll.
Oh, was that ruins actually next to where she was hanging?
Yeah, it's right on the lake here somewhere.
19 plus 9, so 28.
28. You go through the small set of houses from above and peer in, and actually most of these roofs are collapsed into. You see several burnt bodies, some of them huddled in corners, some of them just on the floor. But normally you'd see some kind of sacks or treasure chests or anything with gold in them. You don't see a single gold piece on the floor anywhere in the village. Appears to have been picked clean.
I'll use my wand too for detect magic, just to see if there is anything that I get blipped as I fly by.
Okay. No blips.
Okay. Does it look like, in part of my investigation, like as I look in these houses, does it look like they've been intentionally ransacked? Like somebody was looking for something?
Oh yeah. You see giant dragon claw marks.
Right. So, okay. So I report back to the party what I found, that clearly this dragon went through this town, took every gold coin, anything of value, and was definitely searching for what it's looking for in here.
Wonder where it took it. It must have a lair somewhere.
Yeah, because we didn't see it.
Dragon on my compass. Vampire on my
for all we
compass.
know, Salinor has a bag of holding.
True.
All right,
or they buried it somewhere here.
start walking.
And, yeah. So yeah, start walking. So just so we don't slow, so I don't slow the party down, I will conjure a horse since I move at 25 feet.
Okay. Avis has another large eagle, so he can probably take.
The two gnomes, the gnome and the halfling.
He could probably take 2 normal sized people and a small.
So
I
how
don't
many?
think-
So, well, hold on now. So how many can he take?
2 people, as long as they don't have like really heavy armor, and then a small person.
So you can take 3 plus that would be 4, right?
No, just 3.
Okay.
Tarnum and I are probably the best at just being on our feet, so
Yeah.
since
So he'll
Everest
take,
is another form.
He'll take Teresa, Belora, and Beatrice.
We can actually move them a little bit faster because I can conjure a couple horses if you're flying.
You could.
So the horses will out, but it'll take a little time to cast. So we could basically move at your. We could actually basically move at your fly speed.
Up to you.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll do that. Phantom seed it up.
Summon your Phantom Seeds, and you guys begin heading to Emberbreak.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that's what we'll end it there.